It's the 8th of April in 2020, and I want to talk about flying. Most of you are aware that flying has almost entirely stopped in most of the world. What I want to talk about is if and when it will actually start again. And that's different from countries like China, to the Western world, to the Third World. So first, let's understand why flying is very infectious. There's been a lot of very stupid discussions about whether sitting in an airplane is infectious or not. That's not relevant. It is the whole process of getting from point A to B that needs to be measured. We're not talking about the super rich that take their own car and drive directly to their own airplane. And we're not talking about the extra dangerous thing of taking the subway to the airport. Going to the airport in a taxi where the driver might be infectious and the car most likely hasn't been disinfected since the previous passenger, it's one risk of infection. Then you get out, you get a trolley that hasn't been disinfected, that someone else has been pushing it around recently. You push it over to a queue where you're standing close to other people, and that might be breathing, coughing, talking to each other, waiting for the check-in counter or for the check-in machine. And in all of these situations, you're touching things that other people will have touched. Then you walk off to the security, where your stuff goes onto machines that are not disinfected between every person, and then you pick up your stuff again, and you go to sit close to a number of other people outside the gate. Maybe you sit for 45 minutes, and these are all strangers from other bubbles than yours. Then they start the boarding, and you stand up. You get in a very tight queue going through the gangway out onto the plane, and then through the plane you're very close to other people. Then you sit down. So discussing just the sitting down when this is only half the trip is ridiculous. So to get off the plane, you stand up again. It's very cramped. You're breathing the same air as the people around you. You're queuing through the gangway that is not ventilated, suitable for purpose. You go and wait for your bag. Baggage handlers will have treated your bags twice, hopefully with gloves, but even if it is with gloves, they don't change these gloves between every bag. Then you get in a taxi again. All in all, this is really, really many chances of getting infected. So will this come back? Well, if we get rid of the virus, like they did in China, then yes. In China, the domestic flights between cities are restarting. In the Western world, they will not restart anytime soon. And we have a chance, maybe in a couple of years, that the better run airlines, if they are alive by then or not bankrupt, will continue flying with much smaller planes. I'm not trying to stop anyone from flying. It's not possible today, but I need you to understand that it will severely affect how companies are operating and how people are taking vacation in the next few years from now. Old school flying is dead.